the names are it's just insane of going through this list. And now one of the lists that came up, I'm going to list it as false because I can't verify 3 of the names that are on it. And I've also noticed that there's no conservative or Republican names anywhere on this list. It just seems to be everybody on the other side. So there will be. Because the one name that didn't come up on that particular list, was Trump's name, and he has been there once. And that's been openly stated. And the funny thing about Trump's visit is one of the victims of Epstein, that when she named Trump, she's because the media just kept asking, because she's like, I want to talk about this person. They're like, yeah, but did Trump go? And she's like, okay, look, yes, Trump was there once. But do you want to know what happened? When they had the big dinner, Trump didn't have dinner with everybody. He actually sat in the kitchen with me, and we sat there and had dinner. Yeah, we kind of flirted a bit, but that was it. And then he left. Not too long after that. He didn't stick around. He didn't stay the night. He was gone. He came in, supposed to have dinner, and left. And he didn't have dinner with any of them. He just sat and had dinner with me. So, although Trump was there, I just found it funny that his name didn't appear on the list. But yet, that's regardless. Some of the names on that list were just insane. Like, you got Katy Perry, Rihanna, like all the top female pop stars. You've got Clooney. Tom Hanks's name was on there. It just sort of goes on and on and on. But yeah, Bill Clinton, big fan. He was there quite a bit. He loved his time there. He had a lot of fun there. It's just a little insane, some of these names.
You know what? I'm not going to be surprised by anyone who's on it, and you just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. It's not going to be surprising, and everyone's been there, and everyone's lying. Just get on with the case already. Bust them all. This is stupid.
Yep.
Everyone's been there. Anyone who's either been there or been on his plane or knew what was going on or whatever the fuck. Fix it. Get someone to arrest these people. And until you do, nobody has any credibility.
Agreed. Absolutely agree. One of the things I did find interesting, at least partially interesting, Bill Gates never visited the island. He was never there. Bill Gates had stated publicly that he did not communicate with him, didn't have any contact with him, and had nothing to do with Epstein. Well, it turns out that was a bold-faced lie. They had gotten together a few times, and here's the craziest shit. They had gotten together 6 separate times. All 6 of those times was after he initially got charged.
Says an uncorroborated internet story, though.
No, so he admitted to that one afterwards. His publicist came out, through his publicist came out and said afterwards, yeah, okay, they met, but it was a thing about finances. It had nothing to do with anything else. We only met in New York, and we never actually went to his island. We never went to these places. It had the thing just to do with money. It didn't have to do with this.
I'm still going to have to look it up now that you said it, but I guarantee your list is as credible as this story. You're going to see a bunch of names. You're going to see a bunch of lies on both sides. Everyone's just making shit up to make themselves look better. And at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter because whether they went there or not, they all knew what was going on.
And they let it go on. They didn't do anything about it. So... yeah, one of the things I was able to find, this one thing I was spending all fucking day, was I actually have the listing of the actual flight manifests.
Possibly the actual flight manifests. Or just some flight manifest that someone typed up and put on the internet.
I suppose that's possible.
100% possible. I'll give you a flight manifest by the end of tonight.
But nonetheless, it's
really
hard to read.
Read over.
It's a lot of it's really tough to read, and it's a lot of it's like when they do names, like repeated names and all that are just done by initials because they're constantly going back and forth for a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's just some of the names just on it. You just start going by and like, oh, look at that, Chris Tucker, he was on there.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I'd say he'd be the first fucking one running for it.
I was waiting for that. I saw that name thinking, Chris Tucker. That seems about right.
He is the only one who fucking belongs there.
He was probably one of the victims.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Quote.
Well, the only one that was smiling.
Yeah, exactly. That shit just made me laugh. Oh, man. So there's that. That's been going on. Sorry. That shit just made me laugh. There was 3 guys that were rescued off of a little island in the Pacific. They were rescued because they ended up writing a giant SOS sign in the sand that was spotted by a plane, and they actually got arrested. They were on a boat that had capsized. It ran off course, ran out of fuel, and capsized, and they were stuck on the island for how long does it say here? They were only on there for 4 days, so not all that long, but long enough to be probably pretty fucking terrified, no doubt.
I would love to have 4 days on an island right now.
I could go 4 days without food. I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't even put a dent in my weight. So
4 days, Jesus, that was a good week last year.
Oh man! But they did in those 4 days. They did manage to build a little hut. Actually, it looks like a fairly decent sized hut. But they did build a little hut on the beach so that they could be by their sign and everything else. It's
Well,
nice little beach. It looks really nice.
Every idiot America watches Survivor. They must learn how to fucking throw a few leaves together by now.
One would have to
Show's
assume.
been on for 35 seasons or something.
So congratulations, guys, you got arrested. Way to go. That is awesome. Last thing. One of the other things that Trump did on Tuesday, which is what today, is that he signed a legislation where he is going to devote almost $3 billion a year to conservation projects.
Oh, what about human trafficking, you idiot?
No, he's going to give them a house where a whole bunch of them can stay in.
$3 billion to conservation.
Yeah. Conservation projects, outdoor
human
recreation, and maintenance of national parks and other public lands.
Yeah, because that matters right now. All the parks are closed, you moron.
So now we got to make them pretty for 2022 when they finally open them all back up again.
They're never opening up again. COVID's never ending. This goes on forever. You just put billions of dollars into nothing, you retard. And by the way, it's all the money that you fucking canceled that Obama put in when you first started anyway. So you're not really putting anything in. You're just putting it back.
Actually, it's a dramatic amount less than what Obama put in. It's what he's putting back in.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's not putting anything.
The Democrats are asking. Yeah, the Democrats were asking for $20 billion to go back in, and Trump said, "No, you get 3. Shut the fuck up."
He canceled all that shit when he first started.
Yeah, he did.
So he's not really doing anything special. He's just rescinding his old fucking... This is such election campaign crap.
Isn't it, though? It's so nice on the cover until you just remember very quickly what he took away and how little he's given back.
4 years is not long enough to forget. Morons.
No.
Figure that out.
So there's that.
You got an island where all the people in your country that have money go to fuck little kids, and you're giving all your money to fucking save the whales? God damn you. Save the little kids from the kid fuckers. Then we'll worry about Yellowstone Park.
But then what are they going to do for vacations if they don't have that, though? Come on.
Oh, I don't know. Ask Trudeau.
Oh man.
There's
Biggest
one
news
thing he knows, it's
that's going on right
vacations.
now. Biggest news right now, and Eric, if you haven't seen the video of this, I highly recommend watching
I
it.
haven't seen any video of anything.
It's pretty insane. In Beirut, there's a building that was on fire.
It's my second favorite place that ends with root.
While it was on fire, you could see a bunch of smaller explosions going off, like little ones, and then all of a sudden, this massive that almost looked like a mushroom-shaped cloud. Like, I mean, it was this massive fucking explosion went off.
Yeah,
And
I'm lying. I actually did see that video.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Like, that is a huge explosion.
It's a big boom.
Yeah, they said that it was heard and felt as far away as Cyprus, which is more than 200 kilometers across the Mediterranean. As it stands, you've got 70 people dead, 3,000 injured. Numbers are probably going to be up in the hundreds for this by the time they get through all this, because when you see the destruction of the city, because it was in a port city. So this is like a very heavily populated, densely populated area, and it just got fucking leveled.
Yeah, that's Beirut. It's been going on since we were little kids.
Well, one of the things that was in this building was a massive cache of ammonium nitrate.
Cool.
That is, as everybody who don't know, that is how you make a bomb.
Yeah. Oh, if anyone knows how to make a bomb, it's people in Beirut. They've been doing it forever.
For a very long time. I think they invented them, didn't they?
That would be our good friends, the Chinese.
Yes, that's right. They did start that, didn't they?
Well, they invented gunpowder.
Thank you, China.
The Chinese invent everything good. Gunpowder, COVID. I'll give them ginger beef, though. That's awesome.
What's that?
Ginger beef is pretty cool. COVID and gunpowder suck.
Well, I'll take their Wagyu beef any day.
Is Wagyu from China?
Yes, that's where it started.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So basically in this building were more than 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate that was stored in a warehouse. It was confiscated from a cargo ship in 2014. So it's just been sitting there since 2014.
Well, that's one way to get rid of it.
It's one way of doing it. The orange cloud that comes off of that, which, if the cloud is anything other than white or black, is just not good.
It was really white in the video I saw. But...
That's the outer cloud. The burning cloud that came off the top was orange. After that, it's like after you watch the blast, if you find one of the angles where they're still watching it after, it's this wicked orange cloud that comes off of it. That's just not good. Nothing good burns with the color orange. We'll have to say that for sure. But yeah, it's a fucking huge explosion. That's one of the most impressive blasts I think I've ever seen in my life. It was just insane. So
yeah, it'd be interesting if it happened somewhere else, but really just Beirut. What can you say? It's like a daily occurrence there.
Well, yeah, Lebanon for sure. That's for damn sure. I think Beirut's been pretty quiet for the last little while. I mean, you haven't heard about it in a while.
No, but we're scrambling for anything on the news that's not COVID, so...
Yeah, that's true.
We'll start hearing all kinds of weird stuff. Tony Danza, Beirut. Fucking 80s are hip again.
80s worked because of the cocaine, all right? That's why the 80s worked so well.
Yeah, we got to open that border up.
Yeah, it doesn't work as well without the coke. It's just the way it is. So, yeah. There we go. So that's the list of shit that I have.
Well, that's a list of shit, all right. Yeah, the world's fucked.